Yo, what up? It's We Make Best here with another guide to every deck in Classic Constructed, and today it's Arakni. Arakni is the new assassin hero introduced in Dynasty. His hero ability allows him to look at the top card of the opponent's deck whenever we play a card with contract. We can choose to leave it there or put the card to the bottom of their deck. This helps us to set up the on-hit triggers for all the assassin attack reactions in order for us to create silvers. Silvers are important for the game plan of Arakni because of their ability to keep recurring their class-specific equipment in Black Tech Whisperers and Mask of Perdition. These pieces of equipment have the ability to be brought back from the graveyard in exchange for 2 silvers each respectfully. Also, since these cards both have Battle Worn, it essentially lets you gain 1 health every time you bring them back, along with their powerful effects. Basically meaning the longer the game goes, the more value Arakni gets from their equipment. With all of this in mind, we think Arakni is best suited to be more of a control deck with the option to go aggro when needed. This is easily achievable because all of the assassin cards block for 3. Pair this with the recurable blocks from our equipment, add in 8 to 12 defense reacts, and now we're able to block out even some of the biggest damage turns presentable. Pair that blocking prowess with Arakni's ability to efficiently play off 1-card hands due to so many 0 for 4 attacks that need to be blocked unless the opponent wants to give us silvers in order for us to gain back our equipment to be able to block even more. On top of the several 0 for 4s and 1 for 5s the deck has, Arakni also has access to some extremely powerful on-hits in the form of Leave No Witnesses, Eradicate, and Surgical Extraction. Leave No Witnesses is basically a 0-cost command and conquer. This card banishes both the top card of the opponent's deck along with their arsenal if allowed to hit. And since it has 4 attack, it's at an important breakpoint to force the opponent to use 2 cards to be able to block it out minimum. Pair this card with one of the many attack reactions assassins have access to, and now you have the potential to completely blow out the opponent. Then there's Eradicate, another powerful attack. Since if it hits, the opponent has to banish cards from the top of their deck equal to the amount of damage taken by Eradicate. This effect is not only powerful because it speeds up the fatigue plan for Arakni, but you will also gain 1 silver for every yellow card that gets banished from this effect. This paired with the many attack reactions can let you banish sometimes even 7 to 10 cards from the opponent's deck and create upwards of 4 to 6 silvers off 1 card. Crazy insane value. And then there's Surgical Extraction, potentially the most powerful card in the deck, as this card not only banishes the top card of the opponent's deck, but also lets you choose a card out of the opponent's hand and banish that as well. This Thoughtseize effect is one of the most powerful types of effects in the game if allowed to hit. Forced Discard allows you to completely shut down opponents' turns by taking their key cards from their hand. Another small tip I would give is to have Enlightened Strikes and Command and Conquers in your sideboard to be able to side out any assassin card that you know won't be able to create silvers in the matchup. This allows you to keep the same game plan of playing off 1 to 2 card hands while still being able to present powerful on-hit triggers. The main strengths of Arakni firstly comes from the equipment, being able to block 1 damage for every 2 silver you make in a game. By the end of the game, usually this adds up to being around 10 to 20 health gained off just the equipment blocks alone. Another strength of Arakni is the ability to play off 1-card hands very effectively. Since all of the assassin cards attack for 4 for 0 resources while presenting a relevant on-hit for silvers, this makes blocking out with all but 1 card a viable line of play that almost no other hero has. Lastly, the ability to run 6 to 12 powerful assassin attack reactions in the form of Shred and Cut to the Chase. These cards make blocking Arakni out very difficult, along with letting Arakni force through the powerful on-hits the deck is able to present. As for the weaknesses, the only weakness we've found is in the Guardian matchups, not being able to easily block out due to the big dominated attacks along with pummels. But we counter this by trying to play a more aggressive plan into these matchups to force the opponent into blocking us as much as possible to weaken the Guardian's attacking prowess. As for variations, aside from our preferred control Arakni, most people tend to run the more aggro variation of the deck. This deck runs cards such as Captain's Calls, Nimbleisms, along with extra attack reactions like Razor Reflex, just to buff attacks, force through damage, and give the attacks go again. So hopefully this guide was helpful. Tell us in the comments how you prefer to play Arakni, and we'll see you next time. Later.